Hello and welcome to the first video in this series. My name is John Cassidy Rice and I had the pleasure to be your host. I am the founder of the Professional NLP Practitioner. Now at this point in history of NLP, there is a great opportunity. NLP has gone mainstream and people like yourselves are actively looking for the benefits that NLP brings. And what we find is NLP has a way of transforming people's lives, and it's no accident that all the top performers in any industry have had some NLP training along the way. Now, it's not that you'll go, it was this technique or this concept that changed your life within NLP. My observations about why NLP is so effective at transforming people's lives and why it's so widely drawn upon, like I say, in every field, not only just in the top performers in every field, but we see coaching borrowing heavily from it, hypnotherapy borrowing heavily from NLP. We see a lot of the therapies using NLP because it's practical. Management. I've worked with some of the largest organizations in the world who have been applying NLP to their teams and getting huge results back from that. So what is it about NLP that attracts this success? Well, as you'll probably be suspicious by now, it's not just one thing. It's a combination. So let's see if we can unpack that combination so that we can fully understand that process. Well, each of our world, our successes in life, our relationships, the businesses that we may start, promotions that we're going for, if we're a therapist wanting to help other people, all starts with what's going on inside your own head. You're creating your reality through the way that you think and the way that you use language. And that gives us a couple of clues of why NLP is so effective. When learned and taught correctly, NLP shifts the way you perceive your inner world. It puts you back in control. It enables you to use your brain for a change. The other flip side of that is also changes the way that you use language. And one of the greatest predictors of any success in life is where you use language. And that's two places. First is where you use language to yourself inside here, but also how you use language to other people. So when you shift the way that you perceive the world around you, your internal world, and you shift the way you use language, that's where the transformation comes from. But the problem is, over the years, what we found is that NLP bandwagon has been jumped upon. And what we discover is that it's been overhyped and a whole range of people wanted to get on and use NLP for, let's say, not the best purposes in the world. And yet at the heart of NLP is all about helping yourself develop and helping other people develop. Alright, so what's going to be coming up in the next few videos? Well, in the next videos, we'll be exploring what is driving this behind our eyes, i.e. the brain. And more specifically, we'll be exploring what drives the unconscious mind. So what do I mean by unconscious mind? Just anything you're just not aware of at the moment. So why would we want to spend some time exploring what drives the unconscious mind? Good question. I'm glad you asked. Right. So what's the difference between the conscious mind and the unconscious mind? Well, the conscious mind processes, anybody know the magic number? 7 plus or minus 2 chunks of information on a good day. This is a study done in 1960 by Miller and Primbram. And they discovered that the conscious mind can track 7 plus or minus 2 chunks of information, like I said, on a good day. That does mean Friday evening, if you've been out and it's been a particularly good night out, it could be 0 plus or minus 2 chunks of information. So anybody know how many bits of information your unconscious mind processes? A lot, absolutely. So millions of bits of information. So if we looked at the various different numbers floating around about how many bits of information the unconscious mind processes, it goes from anywhere from 2 million up to 16 million. But if we average out all the research done around the unconscious mind in just the last 10 years, not me averaging this out, it's Dr. Julian Jayne. And he says the unconscious mind processes anywhere between 4 to 5 million bits of information. Now that's just huge numbers. So what do we mean by a bit of information? Well, become aware of your feet. Become aware of the clothes against your back. Become aware of all the sounds around you. What's your email address? Don't call it out, especially if you're sitting in public. So where was all that information before I asked you? That's right. It was there waiting for your conscious mind to want that information. And Dr. Julian Jayne suggests this. We are unconscious beings who have developed a conscious mind. Now it's not too far-fetched, especially when you think about how often have you got into your car, arrived at the destination and not remember the journey. Your unconscious mind is a very safe driver. You've probably also seen this, which I like to call the elevator trance, where somebody gets into this little box and there's several other people and nobody wants to talk to each other, and they watch these numbers going 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, and the doors open and they walk out and they go, oh, this is not my floor, and they go back in. And that's because they've gone into what's called an elevator trance. And like I said, Dr. Julian Jayne proposes this idea that we're unconscious beings who developed a conscious mind. Now, in his studies, he suggests the unconscious mind plays a bit of a trick on your conscious mind. Your conscious mind thinks it's in control and is in real time. Whereas Dr. Julian Jayne suggests this. Your conscious mind is 0.2 seconds behind reality. And that's all your unconscious mind needs to scan your environment and make certain decisions about what's going on and what you should think and what you'll decide. I know. Doesn't it make a lot of sense to understand what's driving the unconscious mind? And that's what we're going to be doing in the next session. So you'll find at various different classes as we go forward in this, we'll have some handouts. There'll be a handout for next time, which will be called the prime directives of your unconscious mind. And what we'll do, we'll go through some of the key ones that I think will have huge impact. So thank you. Until next time, have a wonderful week, and I look forward to catching up with you soon. And never forget, got any questions, if I can help you in any way, leave your comments below or just email me directly. Until then, have a great week.